Yeah, so I'm Abhisar. I'm the final year of my degree in mechanical engineering. I am placed as a associate consultant at Praxis Global. It's a company whose majority of clients are PE VC firms. My motivation for taking this course as well. I'm also looking forward to do an MBA in my future.
Hi everyone, I'm Harshit. I'm a 5th year electrical engineering undergrad, and I am interested in startups. I previously worked in a startup in my 3rd and 4th year of college, and currently I'm placed in Accenture, but I'm still working on some stuff that maybe I can monetize later.
Yes, this is Prashant. I'm pursuing my final year in chemical engineering. I'm also pursuing minor in entrepreneurship department, and I placed at BPCL in management trainee role. Yeah, that's all good.
Hi, I am Aryan. I am a dual degree student in Department of Chemistry. I had a very interesting journey at IITB where I started as a researcher and now I have turned into an entrepreneur. I have a registered company of my own which works in the healthcare space, but I am likely to pivot from it. So looking forward to new avenues. That's about it.
Hi, I'm Sanya. I am a final year undergrad in the Department of Chemical Engineering at IIT Bombay. I am also pursuing a minor in entrepreneurship.
Today we are going to talk about Scapia. Scapia helps people travel better, and it does through a zero-fee credit card that simplifies travel. It saves your forex and rewards you every time when you travel. Scapia has been it started 2 years back and has got more than 100,000 customers and is growing at a year-on-year rate of 150%. Recently, it has covered more than 7,500 PIN codes and help people travel across 100 countries. The problem that our clients struggled with were three. First, they had to pay excessive charge, essentially forex rates whenever they went outside. The second problem is that they had very scattered traveling options and there was no interconnected financial option to it. It was difficult for them to have one source of payment for multiple travel planning. And third, the travel itself, especially when it's international, was quite unaffordable. When you are a youngster like me or in your early 20s and you want to go outside, you need a lot of money and that's a problem when you don't have it in your bank account. Scapia makes it easy. It gives you credit card with 0% annual fee, 0% entry charge and at the same time 0% forex markup. For every travel that you do, you get an incentive. It may be 10% on certain category of apps. It may be 20% on certain, flights, hotels and so on. Each Scapia coin is 1/5 of a rupee, which can be redeemed real time quick. This application is integrated with a credit card which is sponsored by the Federal Bank and gives you a single interface where you can book your trains, your flights, your hotels and get unlimited access to domestic loans. And in fact, recently the company has launched a visa assistance program where you can just get your visa on your phone. The travel market is growing in India. And 2026 forecast shows that, around 35 million Indian travelers will go outside India and 60% of them have a credit card. That gives us a user base of 10%. Looking at a target share of 10%, the addressable market that Scapia is looking at is $720 million. Coming to where Scapia position itself, we can see the competition is structured in a way where there are credit cards which are very general purpose, like you get from HDFC, Regia for example, SBI Elite card. We have some specialized card like Air Vistara actually launched one with access specific for air travels. Scapia finds its position at a low cost for the user segment, which is tailored specifically for traveling. When it comes to the application, it gives a hassle-free experience and it is integrated with UPI, something which is not available in a lot of applications. In next 5 years, Scapia wants to establish itself as Asia's premium travel fintech platform. We are aiming to launch a travel now, pay later option with zero EMIs. A Series B round has been recently closed and a Series C round is in plan. In due course of time, Scapia aims to onboard multiple banking partners, moving on from its single bank partner right now, optimize its unit economics, get towards profitability, and by the end of 5 years, explore a more robust financial strategy looking at an IPO. As of now, Scapia plans to raise plans to raise $25 million with three main objectives. First, to enable its travel now, pay later option in order to accelerate its market penetration and hit 2.5 million users in that. At the same time, it wants to invest in infrastructure by partnering up with multiple banking companies and optimize its LTV to CAC ratio. In order to do so, this is what we suggest, that the founder would be diluting their equity from 50% to 42%, and the new investor would get a raised equity of 15.83%. That means from a pre-money valuation of 1,100 crores, we go to a post-money valuation of 1,310 crores with new investor ownership of 15.83% and 37,000 new shares issued. If we talk in, can I answer the question? Okay. Yeah, I think reproducibility in terms of credit card is something which can be done by a bank with a good muscle power. But the differentiation lies also in terms of the traveling ecosystem that has been established by this country. Now, banks may not really be looking forward to go specific into one kind of a market. It would be looking forward to someone who can establish that particular ecosystem for them. And that's where I think the replicability for a bank alone would be a bit difficult, or something they would not.
No, specifically in cards, like DCB, like the Neo has partnered with DCB, SBM banks. These are saving bank accounts. They open saving bank accounts. But Federal Bank gets them access to, without collateral, 10 lakhs up to credit of 10 lakhs. And they are also starting EMIs, pay now by pay later, and no cost EMIs. So yeah, so they have the partners with lounge access and the lounges present in airports and banks and some of the biggest players in that spaces. So I think that is one of the edges that this company has.
Yeah, and I feel in this kind of a market, it would be important.
The existing valuation. Yeah, so the metric that we should look to justify this valuation. So they are basically a growing company. So their revenues have increased from it was around 25 crores in the last year. So they have increased revenues. It's around
1.17%.
It's huge.
1.17 thousand.
130% around. It was around 130%. Yeah. For 1 year, like we have studied. It was, yeah. So they were launched in Jan 2020. Yeah. So if we look, their revenue is just 82 crores, and yeah, and but their yeah. But it is a growing company, so we like the new initiatives that we are thinking of in place. Maybe I think that can justify that.
Yes, the founder has 50% initially.
Hi, I am Shreyash Gupta and I am enrolled in BTech Programming Mechanical.
Hello everyone, I am Aditya Arora. I am a final year student in Civil Engineering Department.
Hello everyone, myself Vaishnavi Gowde. I am a 4th year undergrad at Civil Engineering and I am also pursuing a minor in entrepreneurship.
Hello, I am Dhruv Patel. I am in Mechanical Department, final year student. I am from Gujarat.
I am Kushagra Botra. I am also pursuing mechanical engineering and I am also final year student.
Hello everyone, I am Sringar Bansal. I am currently a 4th year undergraduate in BTech Civil Engineering. Coming on to the company that we chose is Deep Judge. So what happens in the legal scenario currently is that we have a lot of data piled up. But if we have a particular use case of any case, we need precise and particular data. So that's where Deep Judge comes in. It's like a legal AI ML tool which helps the legal practitioners with the exact correct type of data and cases available according to the stack that we have available throughout. So it's like a legal assistance tool and that gives the better context to the legal practitioners. So and the tractions and milestones. So till now we have the company has secured 10.7 million of funding from marquee investors, and the major part like that we chose this company is because of the repeat rate. Like 80% of the very prominent clients of Switzerland, they keep on repeating the usage of the platform and constantly interact with the AI ML tool. This acts as a strong validation of the tool and shows us that it has a bright future in the legal industry.
Now coming to the problems, so this legal system and this law firms generally face the problem not in finding the data. There is enough data available, legal data available, but they find problem in extracting precise data in we can say in less time or with efficiency. So, legal knowledge is fragmented across various documents and all. So, this Deep Judge helps in finding, collecting and extracting data within lesser time and with greater efficiency. Also, there are some AI tools currently in the market. These traditional AI tools miss the legal context and firm-specific language because many legal firms has their own language or different type of data they have. So there comes in the need of some customization. So this AI tools works on that.
So I'll address the problems and give the solution that we are doing. So firstly, what we are providing is the knowledge search. It is an AI driven search engine which will provide the consumers with the legal search, and it will search through all the millions of documents within a second and provide the prompt result. Secondly, it has knowledge assistant, which is a Gen AI based tool, and it is based on RAG technology, and it delivers the context based answers to the questions that we ask from the firm's internal documents. Thirdly, the AI workflows. It is a customizable AI agent that integrates with the firm's existing system, and it does not require the data restructuring for the firm.
Okay. So currently the company is from Switzerland and it aims to expand in other areas including Germany and North America. So based on that, if we assume the number of law firms in North America, Germany, France, UK, and Switzerland, it's around 25,000, and calculating that if we assume that a law firm invest around 1 to 3% of their total revenue for the tech and AI softwares. From those assumptions, our market size is around value will be around $312 million. So currently they have a lot of competition, but all these competitions focus more on workflow or providing generic AI solutions in legal space. They are not very focused on search engine, which Deep Judge focus on.
So in the next 5 years, the company plans to expand to different geographic locations, as mentioned by Dhruv, and also to develop strategic partnerships. And also in the age of AI, the company is also trying to integrate AI to move closer to the vision of becoming the institutional knowledge engine for all the global law firms.
We are planning to raise $20 million at a post-money valuation of $100 million for a series round. For the next 5 years. No, this is not the legal market. This is only for the tech spend of that market, which is around 1 to 2%. Like the fund that they will spend on us. They will spend on other SaaS products also.
So, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We are Deep Depth Ventures. So, we believe in investing at the edge of possibilities and backing up founders who are working at cutting-edge technologies that could revolutionize the entire industries. Coming to our team, I am Sabita. This is Chirag, Nikhil, and Om Prakash. And we have varied expertise in researching startups ourselves and early stage investors too. We have built companies in quantum cryptography, robotics, nanotechnology, and biotech as well. And we look forward to investing in such deep ventures that look into translating cutting edge research into adaptable and scalable companies.
So as a LP, why would you invest in us? So we have 3 pillars. One is our access. We have access to top tier deals from different VCs and founders across India and beyond. Then our experience. We are experienced with different VCs, and we also are technologists from IITs. So we have a great deal of experience regarding that. Then our network. We have network across all IITs in India and beyond, and different universities throughout the world. So for our track record, we had in the last fund we had invested in 3 companies: the Bellatrix Aerospace, Atomberg, and Steredian Semiconductors. So for the returns, we had a fund of $10 million, which we have utilized $6 million only till now. And since it was started 4 years ago, but in the first 2 years we did research on it, and for the next 2 years we deployed the funds. So the IRR accordingly is 41%, and MOIC is 2x.
Coming to the value that we add, we support founders from the earliest stage with capital, strategic planning, and hands-on experience. And we have a deep network of VCs, incubators, and what we provide to the startups and LPs is a distinct advantage across sourcing, scaling, and successful exits as well. We are now raising a $50 million fund, and we look forward to investing in these 3 companies: Alchemist AI, TriNano, and Log9 Materials. A brief introduction about these 3 companies. Alchemist AI is revolutioning AI-based automation in mid-sized companies, and they have launched their first product, Maya. And TriNano Technology is working in the energy sector. They are revolutionizing solar panel technologies with their new coatings. And Log9 has been a forerunner in India when it comes to battery technology and developing new lithium-ion battery systems.
So let's come on to the most interesting topic of money. So we are going to invest 22.5 million currently of the 50 million fund we have, and the equity we are aiming at is to get 10% in Alchemist. At Rhino we are getting 20% and at Log9 Button 10%, and at a post money valuation of 10 million, 7 million and 200 million respectively. Now, for all these companies, we have our forecasted returns based on 4 scenarios: the optimistic case, the base case, the conservative case and the downside. And we have done the following calculations, and we forecast that the 22.5 million we put in the optimistic case would turn to be 238.5 million, and at the lowest case 31.5 million. We have done the calculations of the internal return rate. Currently, we aren't holding any capital for this calculation is done for the 22.5 million. So the total value MOIC and the PMW MOIC is same because we aren't holding any capital, and we also plan to distribute all the capital once we exit. So the DPI is also same. So we are getting 10x returns in the optimum case and 1.4 in the minimum case. And coming to liquidity, and these are the following assumptions we take. Either if the company gets acquired by a higher company or we get into an IPO, we will reach the optimistic scenario, and if some of the companies did not perform well, just perform on average, and there is a one strong winner, so respectively we reach out to the other significant cases as well. Now, why do we invest this type of money and this much amount of money will be explained by Om Prakash.
So now we talk about market of these startups. So these startups have high value markets like $150 billion, $10 billion and $100 billion of TAM. And we also analyze these 3 startups using Porter's 5 principles. So they have a great moat. So we invest in them because they are working on deep tech which can't be replaced by anyone easily. We are asking for $50 million fund with minimum token of $1 million with 12% hurdle rate and 2% management fee. And the profit will be 20% of VC firm and 80% for the limited partners.
I mean, given it's a deep tech, it's very much possible that this company take time to scale up. So again, transferring equity to the LPs if everyone agrees, and if not, secondary sales is one of the options. Let's talk about Atombug, company by Alam itself. So very simple product, fans, but the innovation they did was having BLDC motor in it. So they first started as a B2B revenue stream, and they were expanding well, but they wanted to explore B2C with their fans and all the appliances. And first, they validated their market through a government scheme. So they had basically you can give discount to the customers, and government will pay that price. So they used this government scheme, and they validated their B2C market very well. So they doubled down on it, and slowly their B2C market grew very well, and that was the reason for their primary the success. They recently reached 2,000 crore revenue as well last week. So 5 to 6 companies were there, and 1 or 2 were succeeding. Even if on the conservative basis we are giving more returns than the normal index or wherever you invest. So yeah, one more thing, as founder chooses VC. So founder also chooses VCs. So we have our landing page also. No. As VC chooses founders also choose VC. So one more differentiator for our presentation. So we have our own landing page. So we scroll. Yes. So you can see our team, and then our differentiator, whatever we presented, and below our track record, and you can get in touch. So if anyone want to invest, please go to our website and invest, but have the minimum token with you. So
hello everyone, I am Pratham Sonekar. I am a 3rd year undergrad in the electrical engineering department, and I am pursuing a course in entrepreneurship as well. No, not yet.
Good evening everybody, I am Keshav. I'm an undergraduate student in the civil engineering department in my third year. I'm also pursuing a minor in the department of entrepreneurship here. I don't have a startup as of yet, but probably soon.
Hi, my name is Ayush. I'm a third year undergrad in chemistry department.
Hello everyone, my name is Florian from Germany. I'm studying at the Technical University of Munich with my bachelor in mechanical engineering. Currently I'm involved in a master in energy and process engineering. And here in India I take the change from an exchange semester to a minor into entrepreneurship. That's where I see myself in the upcoming years.
Hi everyone, we are 01 Ventures and we are basically a tech VC whose tagline is basically investing in resilient systems for Earth and beyond. Yeah, so our thesis is basically we invest in agri-tech startups, deep tech startups and startups around these spaces. This is our team. We have Keshav who handles tech and finance, I do management and planning, Florian does networking and project development and Pratham does operations and strategy. So what makes us different, like what is the differentiator as a VC? So we have experience, we have networks, but the most important thing is we are not just investors. We are basically already former founders who have product leaders in this space, and we thrive to help early stage startups to learn faster and move faster and provide them the guidance that they need. This is our track record and metrics. So we have $5 million deployed, 40% net IRR. We have invested in 6 companies, 3 series round led, 1 IPO and 2 acquisitions. So we are looking for $10 million fund today. We basically want to invest them in space tech, agri-tech and health tech startups. Basically these are early stage companies and I guess Keshav will dive more into that.
So the first company we have is a very upcoming early stage company in the domain of space tech called Ent618. They are involved in the making of components for satellites, but their focus is on making satellites live longer and thus have less impact on the environment. The core technologies include Geeta, Rama, Chakshu, Rig and Vedas. There are different types of components used in the satellites. So they have a wonderful team of people who have studied at various like IIT Bombay and everything, and they have between them they have decades of experience in propulsion technology and spacecraft design. Okay, so their main revenue is through service contracts with the various governments and various space agencies, and through technology licensing of their various technologies that they have developed on their own. They also do collaborative projects in joint ventures. They have had 1 funding round of equity and then 2 grants, and the funding round was for $1.5 million. Okay, so the market is huge and there's lower churn rate because once satellite servicing starts, they have a lot of savings, so they will not want to let go of this opportunity to do that. Okay, there are various risks involved, but then regulatory risks can be overcome with time. And especially since they are the early movers, they have to create the market for this, and there's not a lot of talks with the government already, so they'll have to do that on their own. So they have an annual revenue of 70 lakhs, about 67 lakhs, and then yeah. So this is the liquidity for this company. There'll most probably be an acquisition around 2030. These are 3 scenarios we have in mind.
This brings us to another company called Eki. So they're in the intersection of agri-tech and deep tech. And a few words about Eki first. Like they're basically around doing farming, but in a different way. They don't only use IoT, but they also use real-time monitoring, basically to have a higher productivity and to have no pesticides in their farming products. So if we check, like if we have a team, like if you look at the team, they have firstly they are IITBians, so we already know what network they are coming from. Then if it's about the strategic fits, of course we're focusing on our thesis in agri-tech, so that's a great fit for us. And then now we go up to the market. So what we see here is like the customer segment is of course B2B right now, especially hospitality chains and further of course retailers. They're also working together with landowners in strong connection on a partnership level, not only customer level. And last but not least, they also want to delve into direct customer market. So if we look at the churn rate, they have a low churn rate. I mean, once they start to grow, they have once they set up their partnerships, and the risk is very low that these partners will drop out. Secondly, if it's about come, some, and some, of course we speak about India's food market, 1.5 billion people. there's a lot of food that needs to be grown. And until now, there's still a lot of import here in India. So what we see in general is like a $40 billion of total available market. If you narrow it down to pesticide-free premium products and then narrow it one step down to the sum, we will be left with around $200 million that we can obtain. And if you look at the pricing, since they don't use any pesticides, they can sell premium products, so higher than the many prices here in India. If you look at the insights in general, it's about strong economics and defendable market here. Let's jump into the risks. Of course, we think a lot about risks. We have to do a right assessment on this sense. So the biggest risk, actually, like there are some risks, but one of the biggest risks, of course, is to have enough capital expenditure, enough farming land available to scale up, and the team as well if it's about operation and logistics. This brings us to the returns. So what we expect is our IRR of 25 to 30%, and MOIC of around 4 to 6, and we want a hurdle rate for this at 8%. Then, last but not least, sensitivity analysis. What we realized there is deployment speed is the key to scale up, to increase the revenue in a short time. And for this, you also, of course, you need to take care of the team, that they have the right people for operations and logistics. And yeah, last but not least, this brings us to liquidity. So there are different scenarios we are based on, like the high, base, and low. We expect, in the best case, like bullish market, around 50 to 60 million, and an MOIC of 7. If you look at the worst case, we expect an MOIC of 4 and 8 million revenue by the year 26. So much about equity expenses.
Yeah, fine. So we'll be devoting $3 million for fund to GV, and this is a very amazing health tech startup. So it basically provides AI-based real diagnosis to patients. So the global digital healthcare market has a TAM of around 390 billion, and the SAM for GV is a solid 60 billion, and $3 billion SOM as well. So it's currently trusted by over 150,000 users with a significant growth potential. So the exit scenarios and impact are as follows. So the best case MOIC is at around 10x with a IRR of 32%, and the probably weighted MOIC comes at around 5x, which is a very good number. The same with liquidity, and so we want to raise $10 million. Our management fee is 1.75%. And the carried interest is 20% on profits over 11% hurdle, and the minimum commitment is 500,000 USD.
Coming to the communication part, most important thing is don't read through the slides, please. I saw some people reading through the slides and also trying to just run across the slide and say, oh, this is this, this is that. Oh, it's your responsibility to understand, not ours to explain. Don't do that. Trust me, investors don't have that kind of time. And maybe whoever has done this, please learn not to do it. I would appreciate people who tried explaining without really looking at the slides or trying to mug up things from there. Take away, which I think I was trying to tell to the last team, that what is one point you are trying to make. One is from the company point of view. At the same time, always make it a point that you should know what you want other person to remember. So always ask yourself one question. If I walk out of this presentation, what are 3 things max that my investor would remember? From communication point of view, no one can comprehend more than 3 messages. Never. And if they are very interested, they would learn 5 things about you. So what are these 3 things? And I really found that one thing lacking here, because no one tried putting those 3 points very clearly, that these are the 3 things we really want to talk about. Okay. So how we do it? It's a very good question, right? How we do it, I would always say that clear communication and frequency. visually put that point ahead in maybe as a headline or as a question or something, have a separate slide for it. Don't spend too much time on that. But if it is about something on a satellite thing, which is very niche, something you answered, right? And they are the only one doing it, put it in a different font or a slide. So that's the visual. Second, responsibility is with the presenter to build up frequency. So when you're trying to put it, the frequency should be higher. You all are engineers, I'm also an engineer, but this thing is, put higher frequency there. Ensure that you repeat that point 1 or 2 times contextually. It should not be like a flat repeat of things, but contextually you repeat things. And yes, in case you have a summary slide, put it there. But you have to make those choices while building the case. Because like I said, no one can have more than 3 messages registered with anyone. Right? At least try to register 1. Okay? I would say your slide presentation work was good. All of you were like really okay in terms of slide. I don't focus much on slide. I focus more on how you are presenting the slide. How many of you actually practice slides before coming here? Honestly answer that. 0. Oh, 1. What's your name? Nikhil. You practiced it. Have you ever tried timing it? Yes. So that is one of the last tip I would give you. Because when you keep on talking, and when you go through the slide and you are trying to finish it off, I think, Umakant, you gave them time. They knew it? And if you allow me to go a level deeper on communication, I'll take a minute there. Is there, and I'm not sure, but it's slightly deeper and also a tip kind of thing. Always, so human minds, be it consumers or anyone, we all are humans. First of all, customer, investor, someone who has a startup on them, we all are humans. Always think, what emotion do you want to leave your audience with? Now, this is one tip for communication. Whether you want to leave them with an emotion of rush for the deal, you want to leave them with an emotion of, oh, it's highly reliable. I may take time and decide, but they are the most reliable people, right? Or you want to leave them with the maybe the emotion of a lot of gain is coming in, right? So don't think, just think in terms of the functional elements. At the end of the day, we may forget the functional part, but we always remember how we felt about it, right? So if you learn that, first thing you should do, put your biggest strength there, if you are highly reliable. And then you start building your presentation, because it's a composite thing to happen, that your entire presentation should reflect that. And if you achieve that emotion towards the end of it, that is where you win. Always start with that one emotion. That is your strongest area for real. Right? Thank you.
Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this course. It's a pretty mini course. It's a little intense. Don't think of getting all that stuff right now. Not until you take it.